Welcome to BigDatapedia. So last video we have seen how to create that EMR cluster and S3 bucket and how to load the data into S3 bucket. That we have seen in the last video. Now we just going to use this EMR cluster for our big data environment. So I'm going to use my environment with Python 3. So I just using this command. Few commands I just noted myself. It will be we cannot remember it. So I just use it and PySpark. We just kickstart this PySpark right now. Now this environment is going to be boot up with these packages. So as per our scenario, first we will be going to see this month-wise total distance traveled by the each flight number, as well as month-wise how many get diverted. These two scenarios we are going to see here, and those final output is going to be loaded into RDS in MySQL environment. That's we are going to see it now. So before it, we just going to be create a data frame to access the data. So df equal to spark dot read.org. I just copy the path and paste it here. Now it is loaded. We just verify with the print schema. Okay, so these are all the columns available in that file, and we can see how much record is available. Okay, so close to 123 millions of record is available. Now we are going to see the few records from here. df dot show. So this is the record sample that we will be using here, and how many records available, length of print, length of a df dot columns. So total 29 column is available. I just copy all the steps because it will be we are going to run as a Spark submission as well. So better I just copy all the steps one by one. So we will see first the sample, then we will be going to execute via RDS, but we need to create the RDS services, then only we can access it. Okay, so rest of the command we can get at runtime. So now we just going to be use this scenario 1, month-wise total distance traveled by each flight number. That's we will be going to use it. So here month-wise distance. So we will be using month, and flight numbers available. We can take the flight number. Diversion for next cases or distance is available. So we will be using month, flight number, and distance for this first scenario. So I just going to be use data frame 1 equal to df dot select month, flight number, and distance. Okay, so I just select all these three, and based on that we will be doing some aggregations in this part. So monthly we will be going to calculate the distance values based on that month and flight number. That's we will be going to see it now. So data frame 2 equal to data frame 1 dot group by month and flight number dot aggregate by, we'll be going to use this distance into sum operation. So I just selected that into the key value pair and selected sum. Okay, everything is fine, I guess so. We can see, but I just copied it. So df2 dot show. So now you can see it's aggregating, and it will be using the cluster environment for all the aggregate operations. Okay, so we have seen few data here. If needed, we can see the data with order by operations. Order by month and flight number. So we can see the data again, how it look like. Okay, so we can see the data actually, but if you have the data with null, we just remove that. So it's like a error records, so we just trying to remove that, then we can dot. So I just filter the data month record not equal to null. Hmm, I think we don't want to speak like that. Instead of that, we can using data frame dot columns dot is not null, df2 dot show. Now we can see how the data look like. Once the data is filtered, then we will be doing some aggregations. If we are trying before after the group by operation, then it will be using all the data. So before we need to filter the data is a better. This is an internal kind of optimization also. So before doing aggregation, because aggregation will be a part of actions, so you're trying to remove that, then you can do your aggregation part. It's calculating now. It closed up to completing the stage. Yeah, now it's coming properly. Just copy the command. Instead of df2, I just include with df2 filtrations. As well, it will be showing with the some distance. So we just using this command again. Dot with column renamed. So this is the column output. So we're just trying to modify that into total distance. Okay, so this is the correct one, I guess so. But okay, so data frame 2 is correct right now. You can see the actual print schema. Okay, so month, flight number and total distance 3 we can see now. Okay, so scenario 1 is completed. Now we're just going to see first second scenario. So find out the month wise how many get diverted. So we can find it that flight diverted for the month wise as well. The same scenario, but we will be using for diverted only. So data frame have all the information. So data frame dot print schema. So already I just take it out that month on diverted information. So based on the divert information, we just take it out and we just calculate for the same flight number with diversions. That's we are going to see it now. Before that, we just see the data actual how it look like. The same I just copied here. Rio 2. Month, flight number, instead of distance, I just take it out, diverted. So all this 3 column I just using now and change into data frame 3 and copy that and take it out. 3 dot show. So here also we have shuffle data, so we need to remove that, and diverted. If it is diverted, then it will comes to 1, otherwise it will be showing as a 0. It's a boolean operator, so diverted means it's a 1, it will be represent. So we need to filter the data with 1 and not null. This is the condition we need to apply. Then we will be doing the group of aggregation based on the flight number and month. That's we will be doing to approach it. So here data frame 4, I'm going to use the same. Instead of 3, I just using for 4, and month is not null. Okay, it will come to month as well, and group by month, flight number, instance diversions. So this is also count only, how many, so it will comes to count only, we'll be going to count it. I just modified, and here we need to include one more condition, and data frame 1 dot diverted equal to 1. We will see whether it is working or not. Okay, so data frame 4 we can create from data frame 3, and month is not null, and data frame 1, sorry, not data frame 1, it's a data frame 3. Data frame 3 records diverted is at 1. We need to filter the data, then we will be doing some aggregation based on the month time and the flight number, and aggregated via diverted, and order by this, and order we will be getting that with column rename, and the same we will be doing here. Something wrong again, we just go not null and diverted, both of them same only, but continuous conditions, so we can split the condition here. Yeah, now it is working fine. I just copy and paste here, and we can see before executing this. Okay, now it's correct. I just using to express the data. How many the flights was get diverted. It is in staging. Okay, now it's perfect, the data we can see now. So this is the diversion records we can see here. Okay, so this is the scenario 1, and scenario 2 we can take it out, and now we just going to insert into RDS table. So right now we just see everything into that environment as a shell environment. Now we just going to create a RDS. So I just going to create a RDS now. So same service, in it will come under to database. You just select the RDS, and directly just represent to RDS environment. Okay, so here you just select the database and create database, and select standard and MySQL. These are the engines available. I just selected MySQL, and I'm going to use 5.5.61, and this is the free tier that I'm using. This is for the testing, so I just use for free tier. And this is the database instances, you can provide whatever, that's not an issue. And password and username, it will be asking for that particular endpoint. So I just copy that, and already I have admin and MySQL admin as a password already I have. I just copy that and paste here. Okay, so database 1 is a database instance as well as admin, MySQL admin as a password I'm using now, and rest of them is same only, storage everything is the same. And connectivity, it will be comes with default VPC, and click this connectivity and you can see here publicly accessible. If you selected that, then only you can access, otherwise you will be using some key operations as an encryption key. Based on that you can connect it. So you just select as IS and come to this security group, and already it was in default. Now you just select and include this elastic map reduce master. If you select this, then only you can connect it to EMR cluster in master environment. If needed, you can provide as a slave as well. So these are also a kind of security group policies you need to include. And no preference for the zone, and database port number by default for MySQL 3306, so you need to provide the same only, you don't want to change anything. So that's it, you just simply create a database. Now it's creating. Now it will take 2 minutes. So in before that we just going to make some development as a Spark submissions. So before it we just going to be import from PySpark.sql, import Spark session from PySpark.sql.functions, import all, and then I'm going to create a Spark keyword here, Spark session dot builder dot application name airlines dataset dot get or create. It's a camel case, we need to provide everything to the first letter as a caps. Okay, now it's created and Spark will be utilized, and it will be printing the schema, and we don't want to use data frame count because it will be running, so it will take some more time additionally. So for the optimization we just removed it and print the total column. So total columns slash new line, and selecting this one, scenario 1 is going to be execute, and we need to write it into RDBMS. So this is that user ID password. So we just going to create a properties for SQL injections, but is equal to, so it will come with the user as admin, comma password MySQL admin as a password. Already we have this two. Anyhow, we just copy and paste without any spellings, and then it will come with username and password and drivers. Driver also already I noted. So this is the driver name, I just copied. Okay, that's it. So df2 dot write dot jdbc, and it will come with the URL. Once we create that endpoint we can use it, and then it will be asking for tables. So scenario underscore 1, that is a table name, and properties equal to, just mention for the differences, SQL properties. Okay, we're just going to see and refresh it. It is in create database state only. Okay, but now it's providing the endpoint. You just copy the endpoint and paste that as well. So come to URL, paste it, and entirely just copy and paste here. Just change df4 and stable is scenario 2. Before come to this, we need to ensure it is writing for this environment. So just take a print, writing JDBC table, the same you just provide here one more time. Already SQL property we provided, so we don't want to provide again. So that's it. Now entirely just copy these commands and go to your environment and kill it, or better you just duplicate the session one more. Okay, now it's kick started. Before executed, we just see how the data look like here. So this is the database name, sorry, endpoint. I just using this endpoint to connect. Just copy and execute here. Now it is successfully connected, and show data bases. It is not created any databases newly, so I just creating database, create database, LINES. I just mentioning as RDS Airlines. And we forgot one thing, we need to provide that as well here. Here you can see this URL number, and you need to include this database, same like you need to include here. That's it. Now we're just going to execute it, otherwise it will not be locate that database properly. So I just kill the job and create a new file, forks airlines.py, I'll copy entirely and paste here. Now you can see it's properly in PySpark. As a Python code you can see. Just save and submit it. Spark hyphen submit hyphen master yarn hyphen deploy mode. I'm going to use this as a driver, so I just mentioning as a client, and we need to include the package as well. So this is the package name. It will help to connect into that environment. So we need to include, and then we need to provide the Spark Airlines Python file. Something we missed. So length, we didn't provide any comma, so that's what it will be showing that error. That's it. Now it is submitting. It's going to be failed. It comes until the JDBC writing options. So just go, or we can see the data. So it comes till this point, then only it's going to be failure. So properties is correct, and we had a mistake with JDBC URL and MySQL, and data frame here only is going to be failed because we just printed this line. JDBC MySQL database dot. Okay, so we just missed the semicolon here. Same like we have missed the same semicolon here. So I think this is the problem. So Spark. So now I just take this again, code again, and execute. Now it is running successfully. Show databases. Use ODS lines. Show tables. Okay, now it is writing. So steps is running in the backend. Still it is writing into scenario 1 now. Once it is completed, then it's go for the scenario 2. So task manager is running, and okay, scenario 1 is completed and scenario 2 is get started. We just go and see the data how it look like. Star frame scenario 1. So all the records we can see here. Unfortunately we can provide with limit 5. Query execution was interrupted. Okay, now we can see the data. Same like we can see for scenario 2, but still it is in execution mode. Okay, now it's complete line. So properly it will be injecting the data into this environment. Okay, so we have seen this two scenario, a normal shell mode as well as submission mode, both we have seen just before. Now we just going to be how we can kill it. All the services we just going to be kill now one by one. So first we can see with S3. So simply you just select your bucket name. I think Airlines 2019, that's your bucket name. So Airlines 2019 you just select and delete, and before deleted it will be asked for the confirm bucket name. Just copy the bucket name and paste and confirm. Okay, now it's deleted. Second, we just going to be terminate that EMR cluster. So if repeatedly you are using, that will come to this history. You just select that EMR. So under this, you can see what are the clusters running state. You just filter that as well. So only this one is running. You just select that and terminate. Okay, now it is kickstart for the termination. And third one is RDS. You just select this RDS and go to database. In databases, just before we have created, and all the data will be injected in this environment only. Just select this database and go to modify, delete. Here if need any backup or snapshot, you just select this create final snapshot, otherwise you just remove it and select this acknowledgement and you just type delete me and click delete. That's it. Now this RDS also is deleting now. This is the way you can do this. We can see now the EMR cluster. It is in terminating stage. Once it is terminated, you will not be getting this access. This access also revoked. Some network connectivity issue, you can face it. So unexpected network connection. So it will be happen like this. So remote side unexpectedly closed network connection. This means your cluster will be terminated. Like this you can identify. Already S3 bucket was terminated, and go to this RDS and go to databases, and here also it is in deleting stage, I guess. Already it is in deleting stage, so it is in running backend. So like this you can delete it. So status is in deleting stage. Once it is completed, then this is also disabled. That's it. Like this you can creating this Amazon services, and you can terminate the Amazon services, and we will be see back with new project. Thank you. And if you have any feedback, you just share, and we will be go through with that and get back to you. Thank you.